So from Georgia, getting ready, doing those wrist supports up, super tight. So we have Akaki Jinsaradze of Georgia, 29 years of age. He is about to open the campaign here in Rio, making his Paralympic debut. Well, damaged his spinal cord after suffering a fall from a height of 25 metres. Taking up powerlifting has helped him cope with his spinal cord injury. He said, "I drank and I smoked and I lived a good life. Sport made me take a 180-degree turn to change my life." And it's great that some of these lifters have found sanction in sport. It provides the discipline, the focus that many need to succeed. So, the weight on the bar, 150 kilos. First attempt, Akaki Jinsaradze of Georgia. Wow, so strong. That's the weight we like to see an opening attempt. He's come in on a weight that's comfortable. Fairly sure we're going to see a substantial increase up to his second attempt. Bar must go down, under control, pause on the chest before returning back to arm's length. The key thing to watch out for is how level that bar is. Can you rest a spirit level on it? Yes, you can. Then it's a good lift. Quick discussion about the change in weight for the second attempt. The athlete has a minute from when they leave the platform for their coach to nominate the second attempts.
Lifter to follow, John, Malaysia. Prepara, John.
From Kazakhstan, Vadim Dukat, 42 years of age, making his Paralympic debut. Personal best of 150 kilos. That was set at the Asian Para Games 2 years ago, where he placed 5th. Well, the weight on the bar, 155. Things have clearly gone well since the World Championships a couple of years ago. 2 straps available to the athletes. They're used to secure the legs to the bench. The rules specify that the head, shoulders, hips and feet must remain in contact, and those straps just help keep the legs down, especially when they are lacking control. So 3 referees, there must be a majority decision, and there clearly is. 3 from 3.
Loaders 202 kilos, rack height 16.
Danileiros, por favor, montar a barra com 202 quilos, suporte 16.
So Vadim Dukat of Kazakhstan is in the lead. He's not going to stay there for long. We've got a quality field lined up. The bar now going straight up to 202 kilos.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 202 kilos. First attempt from Malaysia. Yi Ki-jong.
The next athlete raring to go from Malaysia, Yi Ki-jong. 27 years of age. You can see just how warm it is here in Rio, just by how much Yi Ki-jong is perspiring. Paralympic debut. Personal best of 207 kilos, which was set 2 years ago at the World Championships. Well, coming out now on 202. Well, Yi Ki Jong from Malaysia, very, very strong in his opening lift. And it's great to see that we've got a clean sweep of white lights from the referees.
Loaders 4, 211 kilos. Please load the bar to 211 kilos, rack height 14.
Well, I've always questioned whether they've called powerlifting and weightlifting the wrong way round. I tell you what, the speed this bar is driven to arm's length. There's power there.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 211 kilos, first attempt from Colombia, Fabio Torres Silva.
Barra pronta com 211 quilos para a primeira tentativa de Torres da Colômbia.
Lifter to follow, Ibrahim.
From Colombia, Fabio Torres Silva. Well, he is absolutely on fire, ready to go. Super well built in the upper body, chest and arms. Those shoulders, well, they can deal with this kind of weight. 211 kilos. Fabio Torres Silva makes his Paralympic debut here in Rio. Best that he's done on the world stage has been 192 kilos. Well, this is a big step up, so clearly training in the last 12 months has gone very well. Well, I'm not sure if that's going to be successful. Centre referee has to request the bar is re-racked. Well, this is worrying. First attempt, you'd expect the athlete to at least get it back to arm's length. We said his best before on the world stage was 192. Opening his campaign here, 211. Well, let's hope it's not too much. Look good to the sticking point, and then it stuck.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 215 kilos, first attempt. From Nigeria, Abdulaziz Ibrahim.
Barra pronta com 215 quilos.
As I said earlier, the Nigerians have a super strong team that they have sent here to Rio. Abdulaziz Ibrahim is next up for them. 38-year-old. Travelled to the Paralympics in London, but unfortunately did not start. Can only assume that was due to injury. So technically this Games is his Paralympic debut. He officially becomes a Paralympian. personal best of 235. That was set back in 2014 at the World Championships, where he was victorious. So 215 on the bar for his first attempt. Well, looks level on the way up. Did it sink into his chest? Well, he's got it, 2-1. Majority decision is absolutely fine, and there's the rest of his team. They've come down to watch and support. So 215 kilos from Abdulaziz Ibrahim of Nigeria catapults him up into the lead.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 220 kilos. First attempt, Ukraine, Anton Kryuko.
So the lifters posted their opening attempts at the weigh-in a couple of hours ago. They have until 5 minutes before the start of the competition to make an adjustment. Some of them have. It's messed up my paperwork. Once nominated, that's it then, they have to stick. The same with the second attempts. Once they've chosen their second attempt, they can't change. But in the third round, they are allowed 2 nominations of weight. It gives them an opportunity to respond to their competitors. From the Ukraine, Anton Krykov, 28 years of age, competes here in his second Paralympic Games. Has made really good improvements since London 4 years ago. He lifted 205 kilos there to place 7th. Well, opening his campaign right now on 220. Big improvements in 4 years.
1 minute.
Wow, there we are, good lift.
Loaders, 221 kilos now.
So strong and powerful in the triceps, the shoulders and the chest. These muscles all working together, contracting forcefully to drive that bar back to arm's length. Anton Krykov of the Ukraine up into the lead, 220.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 221 kilos. First attempt, Islamic Republic of Iran, Saman Razi.
Now the lifter from the Islamic Republic of Iran, Saman Razi. Another lifter making their debut here in Rio. Personal best on the world stage of 208. That was 2 years ago. Opening up with 221, so clearly has had a good couple of seasons to prepare. Well, so strong. Absolutely on fire. He's got it! 2-1 decision in favour of the lifter. A look to the stars and a thanks to the powers that be. Well, the aggression is extremely controlled. It has to be. This sport, not just about physical strength, about controlling that bar. The referees are looking for a reason to fail. Saman Razi of Iran not giving them any reason, up into the lead with 2:21. Petar Milenkovic of Serbia, well, he was due to come in much earlier in the competition, but just before we got underway, he increased his opening attempt. 222 kilos is now the weight that has been loaded. If successful, this will push him right up into the lead. Never competed at a Paralympic Games before. This is a very special club to be in. So there are 2 straps available. These are used to keep the legs securely fastened to the bench. Lifters can opt to use 1, 2, or none of them. Oh, that's a big miss. Oh, is he holding his pec? I think he is. I think he might just have tweaked his chest muscle. Starts to drive as those muscles contract. Something's gone on him. He's come back down quite quickly. That may be the end of his campaign if he has pulled a muscle. You're not going to get these kind of weights up if you're not in peak shape. And he's clearly in some discomfort, and it was his pec that he went to grasp when he sat up. Petar Milenkovic of Serbia in a spot of bother.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 226 kilos, first attempt. From People's Republic of China. He Dong.
Well, there are only 3 lifters now remaining in this competition. Every lift is important. Next up is China's Chi Dong, 34-year-old, competing here in his 4th Paralympic Games. He was the champion in front of his home crowd in Beijing in 2008. Had to settle for the silver medal 4 years ago. Opening up with 226 kilos. This to put him right up into the lead. Well, Chi Dong from China. Looks like he means business here. No hesitation from the referees. 3 white lights. Absolutely nailed that first attempt.
Loaders, 227 kilos.
Comes down with intent, controls on the chest.
Parteiros, por favor, montar a barra com 227
Very quick, back to arm's length.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 227 kilos. First attempt from Mexico.
Qidong of China up into the lead.
Barra pronta com 227 quilos. Primeira tentativa. Castillo do México.
From Mexico, José de Jesus Castillo, 32-year-old. He is the heaviest lifter in the category, so if the scores are tied, he's going to lose out. Needs to lift more than anybody else, simple as that. Competing here in his third Paralympic Games. Placed fourth in Beijing in 2008. Had a no result in London. He has been third at the World Championships a couple of years ago. And is the current Pan Am Games champion. Personal best of 225. Well, again, it would appear that everything has gone to plan in the build-up for Rio, opening his campaign on 227 kilos. Well, had enough of that wrist support. Faffing around with it, couldn't get it right, so threw it away. That's going to feel strange for someone that's used to using wrist supports. No messing. Big drive back to arm's length. Centre referee quick to make sure it's on the racks. Look to the scoreboard and he's got it. 2-1 majority in favour of the lifter. And each referee sees the lift from a slightly different perspective.
Loaders, 233 kilos, please. Rack height 13.
Parteiros, por favor, montar a barra com 233
This
quilos.
is the best angle to see if the bar is level. Maybe a fraction down on the left as it came back up off the chest, but not enough for the other referees to spot. José de Jesus Castillo from Mexico up into the lead.
Barra pronta com 233 quilos. Primeira
Well, now we move to even bigger weights. From Egypt, Mohamed El-Deeb,
Set a new Paralympic record.
as you heard, if successful, will be a new Paralympic record.
da categoria.
This is big. This is 6 kilos above the weight that we've just seen. And this will give him a really good advantage going into round 2. Competing here in his second Paralympic Games. He is the defending champion from London. Monumental personal best. 249 kilos. Well, that was set back in London. In the 100 kilo category, the categories have changed since. And this is now the 97 kilo category. His own world record stands at 243. Well, we're not quite there yet, but this would be a Paralympic record. Well, how strong is that? Yes, he says, I am the champion, I am the one to beat. Well, his reaction says it all.
Paralympic record with 233 kilos for El-Deeb, Egypt.
You can see the body trembling under the weight.
Loaders, 155 kilos now, rack height 15.
Well, we're over 2.5 times body weight.
35 quilos, suporte 15.
Into the lead from Egypt, Mohamed El Deeb.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 155.
So that concludes the first round of the men's 97 kilo category. Current standings: in the lead, Mohamed El Deeb of Egypt. In silver medal position, Jose de Jesus Castillo. And in bronze medal from China, Chi Dong.
Kazakhstan.
Prepara, Duca.
Now we start round 2 of the men's 97 kilo category powerlifting division. First up in the second round, from Georgia, Akaki Jint Charadze. A 29-year-old that survived a fall of 25 metres. Powerlifting has helped him cope with his injury. It's provided the focus that he needed. Successful with 150. Second attempt, 155. Well, it goes back to arm's length. What do the referees make of it? Uneven is the answer, hence the lift has been failed.
Movimento duro na segunda tentativa de
I think he knew it as well. There was no look to the scoreboard.
60 kilos now. Rack height 17.
Guerreiros, por favor, voltar a barra com 160 quilos, suporte 17.
And here we can see just tips as the bar is on his chest. The right side is slightly lower. Likely to take the same weight again.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 160 kilos for the second attempt. From Kazakhstan, Vadim Dukar.
Barra pronta com 160 quilos para a segunda tentativa de Duca, do Cazaquistão.
Lifter to follow, John, Malaysia.
Prepara, John.
Kazakhstan, Vadim Dukat, 42 years of age. 2001, he injured his spine after falling from the roof of his house. He took up sport as part of his rehabilitation after his accident. And now look where he is, competing on the biggest sporting stage of all. Second attempt, 160 kilos. Wow, nicely controlled. Well, I think so anyway. Do the referees agree? He looks anxiously to the scoreboard. Yes, it is. Great lifting.
Momento válido na segunda tentativa de Duca, do Cazaquistão.
Loaders, 210 kilos now. Rack height 16.
Guerreiros, por favor, voltar a barra com 200.
Well, we really are being treated to a spectacle of lifting here. Most of these lifters now over 200 kilos in weight. These are big, big weights. From what I've been informed, there are no able-bodied lifters of the same body weight that can shift these kind of weights.
The bar is loaded to 210 kilos for the second attempt from Malaysia, Yi Ki Jong.
Barra pronta com 210 quilos para a segunda tentativa de John.
So Yiki Jong from Malaysia is next up for second attempt.
Colombia.
The weight on the bar is 210 kilos. He was involved in a motorcycle accident in 2005 in Malaysia, which resulted in him losing the use of his left leg. When asked what his most memorable achievements were, winning bronze at the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Currently ranked in 7th position. Needs this lift to progress in the competition. Well, it went to arm's length, but I'm not sure the referees will be happy the manner in which it went there. 2-1 against the lifter. He drifted over to the right-hand side.
Loaders 213 kilos now, rack height 14.
Brasileiros, por favor, montar a barra com 213 quilos, suporte 14.
Watch here, the bar starts to drift. When it gets about halfway, there we are. Elbows lock out at different times.
From Colombia, Fabio Torres Silva.
Barra pronta com 213 quilos para a segunda tentativa de Torres, da Colômbia.
Lifter to follow, Milenkovic, Serbia.
Prepara Milenkovic.
So the Colombian is next up on stage, Fabio Torres Silva. The weight on the bar has gone up to 213. Remember, he missed his first attempt with 211, so needs this. Fabio in 2008 lost the lower part of his left leg after stepping on a mine while on duty in the Colombian army. He used to play football before his accident. After losing his leg, he tried sitting volleyball, swimming and athletics before starting to focus on powerlifting. He said, "I've always enjoyed lifting weights." Well, it's going to go to arm's length, but the centre referee has requested that the bar is re-racked. It was all over the place in terms of lack of control. So he's in a bit of trouble right now. He's missed 211, he's missed 213. He has one attempt remaining to try and salvage something here in Rio. Now the speed is irrelevant. It doesn't even matter if the bar stops. I'm not sure why the centre referee requested it be re-racked, because it didn't go back down. Well, it was uneven right from the start. The centre spotter just using the step to give himself a bit more height. The lifters with longer arms will request that the racks are set a bit higher. These are big weights now. The spotters are doing a tremendous amount of work. So the lifter on the bench is from Serbia, Petar Milenkovic. At the age of 20, he was involved in a serious motor accident that resulted in paralysis from the waist down. He spent 9 months recovering in hospital. He's a European medalist. If we remember, on his first attempt with 222, the lift was failed. He had to have it taken off him. Suspected torn muscle. Well, is he able to execute right now? If he is, he's going to be pushing through pain. No, not to be. Well, I think he's in real trouble right now. 2 failures, both on 222. He's wincing, he's not happy.
Loaders 226 kilos now. Rack height 14.
Well, it's a big drive. With a muscle not firing on all cylinders, he's going to be finding himself wanting. Well, this is really unfortunate to see. I hope he's okay. Petar Milenkovic yet to register a lift. Coaches, I think, are just saying, same weight again, please.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 226 kilos. Second attempt from Nigeria, Abdulaziz Ibrahim.
The bar is loaded and the clock is ticking. Onto the platform, Nigeria's Abdulaziz Ibrahim, 38 years of age. His impairment is a result of the effects of polio. Discussions going on between the coach and the central spotter in terms of what is required. Well, did he bounce that off his chest? 226 is the weight. This is a big increase from his first attempt of 215. It's not to be. Needs to demonstrate more control if he's going to succeed.
26 kilos, please. Rack height 15.
Under control to there. Sinks into the chest, never stops. And quite clearly uses the chest to catapult the weight back up. If we allow that to happen, we're going to be seeing huge weights lifted. So for those of you back home that do bench as part of your routine, try it the way these guys are. Abdulaziz Ibrahim stays in 6th place.
Ukraine, lifter to follow.
From Islamic Republic of Iran, Saman Razi was injured in an accident at the age of 18. Before his accident, he'd been involved in various sports, including bodybuilding. And after the accident, decided to start powerlifting. Every training and exercise, in his own words, lifts my spirit. The ambition was to compete here in Rio. Well, he's done that. Question now is, how much further can he go? Currently ranked in 4th place. 226 kilos. Well, it's not going to be enough to move him into the bronze medal. He is the heavier of the 2 lifters. That's a big effort. It's not going to go. Centre referee says that's enough.
No win. Brazil is Republic of Iran, 226 kilos.
Segunda tentativa do espaço, República Islâmica do Irã.
Floaters, 227 kilos now, rack height 16.
Guerreiros, por favor, para a barra, 227 quilos, suporte 16.
Well, the control was pretty good, even when he hit the sticking point.
7 kilos, second attempt. From Ukraine, Anton Kryukov.
Barra pronta para 227 quilos, para a segunda tentativa de Kryukov, Ucrânia.
From the Ukraine, Anton Kryukov. This year has graduated with mechanical engineering. In August 2008, his left leg was wounded by a firearm while he was working as a security guard. Underwent 3 operations, and the limb was subsequently amputated. He used to compete in able-bodied freestyle wrestling at national level in the Ukraine. His ambitions to win a medal here in Rio, well, he's not far away. Currently in 5th place, has now chosen 227 kilos for his second attempt. If successful, this would move him up into a bronze medal position.
1 minute.
Not to be. Well, these lifters are pushing beyond the limits. It's the weight that's required for the medal, the weight that is required to achieve that dream.
Floaters, 229 kilos.
Big push, just hits the sticking point. Well, when you hit that sticking point and there's no way through, the only way it's going is back down. Spotters are doing a great job. Their hands are linked underneath the bar, following all the way down, following it up, and they're there to catch when required.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 229 kilos now. Second attempt. Mexico. Jose de Jesus Castillo.
So 3 lifters remaining in the second round of the men's 97 kilo powerlifting division. The 3 remaining are the 3 that sit in the medal positions. Coming up onto the stage for his second attempt, Jose de Jesus Castillo. Successful with 227 kilos on his first attempt. He's now going for 229. His impairment are the results of the effects of polio. Well, as he sorted these wrist supports out this time, the clock is ticking, 50 seconds on the clock. So long as the lift has started in the time, he'll be okay. 229. This isn't enough for the lead. It will confirm his position in silver medal. Well, so strong. Rather than gamble big weights, he's just chipping away, one bit at a time. 2 white lights. It's a good lift.
Loaders, 233 kilos now. Rack height 15. Please load the bar to 233 kilos. Rack height 15.
Deus, por favor, montar a barra com 233 quilos. Suporte 15.
So Jose de Jesus Castillo confirms that he is in the silver medal position. Well, he may lose that position. He may get pushed down into the bronze if the next lifter is able to succeed. With 233 from China, Qi Dong. 226 was his first attempt. Now going for 233. Remember, he does have a huge personal best. 247.5 kilos in the heavier category of 100 kilos. But now, well, he'll be chasing the gold medal. This is equal to the weight lifted by Egypt's Mohamed El Deeb in the first round, but Qi Dong is the heavier of the 2 lifters, so this not going to move him up a position. Got to question whether or not the coaches have made the right call there. Surely it should have been 234, but hey ho. Second attempt, here we go. Well, it's aggressive, it goes back to arm's length. I'm not going to say with ease because he had to work for it, but it's a good lift. So Qi Dong of China stays in the silver medal position. I say stays, he moves into the silver medal position, pushes the Mexican Jose de Jesus Castillo down into bronze. It's not good enough to go into the lead. He's only equalled the weight Mohamed El Deeb from Egypt has done. All to play for in round 3.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 237 kilos. Second attempt. Mohamed El Deeb, Egypt.
Barra pronta com 237 quilos para a segunda tentativa de El Deeb do Egito.
How about some love for our loaders? They move more weight than anybody else.
Well, he's a man on a mission from Egypt, Mohamed El Deeb, 37-year-old, defending champion from London. He's off on a prowl, and his coach is having to pull him back. Eyeing up the weight, psyching the bar out.
Se o atleta conseguir realizar o movimento, será o novo recorde paralímpico da categoria.
Number 1, he says. Well, this for a new Paralympic record, 237 kilos. Well, super comfortable, straight up to arm's length. Oh, it's been failed.
El Deeb, no lift, 237 kilos.
Well, looked good to me, but I'm not the referee. So let's have a closer look on the replays. Down under control. Well, is it under control? Was that bar stationary on his chest? I think that's the question that the referees saw as well. No, that bar didn't pause, did it? That was a touch and a go.
Thank you. Bars loaded 155 kilos, third attempt from Georgia, Akaki Jincharadze.
Barra pronta, 155 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Jincharadze, da Geórgia.
Lifter to follow, Dukar, Kazakhstan.
Prepara, Dukar.
We now move into round 3 in the men's 97 kilo category in the powerlifting. This sure is hotting up to be some competition. Still lifters fighting for the medals. Nothing has been decided yet. Akaki Jincharadze of Georgia. Third and final attempt. Missed 155 on his second. Goes for the same weight again. Well, what do the referees think? Was the bar level? Did it pause on his chest? He's been given it. 155 kilos for the lifter from Georgia. And he finds himself in 9th place after his third attempt. Well, that's his job done. He can smile.
Third attempt from Kazakhstan.
Here are the standings after the second round. In the lead, still from Egypt, Mohamed El Dib. In silver medal from China, Qi Dong. And in the bronze medal position after the second round, Jose de Jesus Castillo of Mexico. Still lifters that can influence those standings. This is the final round and we move up and up in weight.
I'd like to point out on the scoreboard that Abdul Aziz Ibrahim of Nigeria.
So on the platform now, Vadim Dukat of Kazakhstan. Third and final attempt, 165. This for 3 out of 3. And a personal best to boot. Well, looked like good control to me. Looks anxiously to the scoreboard. He doesn't need to be anxious. It's 3 out of 3 lifts for Vadim Dukat of Kazakhstan.
Loaders, 213 kilos now. 213 kilos, rack height 14.
Peleiros, por favor, montar a barra com 200.
Big drive all the way back to arm's length. Keeps working hard through the sticking point. Well, deep breath, he can relax now and enjoy the rest of the Paralympic Games. Finishes in 8th position And we've got some news to bring to you. Abdulaziz Ibrahim of Nigeria has declined his third attempt. Can only assume that he's carrying some kind of injury.
John, Malaysia. Lifter to follow.
Prepara, John.
So lifter onto the stage. Yi Ki Zhong of Malaysia, 27-year-old. Missed 110 kilos. Bear with me. I called the wrong lifter. So we've got the Colombian on the stage, Fabio Torres Silva, 40-year-old, making his Paralympic debut. He's missed 211 kilos. He's missed 213 kilos. He's chosen the same weight again. Well, this, he needs to stay in the competition. No way, that's too wonky. Well, spotter on the right hand side, very quick to respond. That's what you call bombing out. No lift, no result. Unfortunately, Fabio Torres Silva of Colombia will leave this competition with a no result.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 213 kilos, third attempt. From Malaysia, Yi Ki Zhong.
Barra pronta com 213 quilos para a terceira tentativa de John da Malásia.
Milenkovic, Serbia.
Now we have Yi Ki Zhong of Malaysia coming up onto the stage for his third and final attempt. Successful with 202 kilos. Missed 210. Third attempt now is 213. Well, this, for a personal best lift, this won't move him any higher than 7th. Well, that's not going to arm's length. The centre referee has to intervene. And the spotters are being given a fair amount of work to do in this category, the men's 97 kilo category. As with Olympic weightlifting, lifters are only categorised according to body weight here at the powerlifting event. Yi Ki Zhong of Malaysia unable to execute 213. He's left back with 202. 7th place.
Bar is loaded, 222 kilos. Third attempt from Serbia, Petar Milenkovic.
Barra pronta com 222 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Milenkovic na center.
Milenkovic needs this lift to get a total. Kariokas, give him some support. Lifter to follow. Krayuko, Ukraine.
Prepara Kriukov.
Well, we have a lifter in a spot of bother on the bench right now. Petar Milenkovic of Serbia, in his Paralympic debut, has failed with 222 on 2 occasions now. He's chosen the same weight again, but it appears that he is suffering with some kind of pulled muscle, whether it's in the front of the shoulder, in the anterior deltoid, or in the chest, the pectorals. Something is giving him bother, and he seems unable to push through the sticking point. Well, let's hope he can push through the pain here and leave the competition with a result. And there we are, another failed attempt. Let's hope he hasn't made the injury worse. Now, he's going to need probably a couple of weeks to allow that to settle. Not happy, is he? So disappointing to see lifters have to retire injured. Spotters did a great job in taking the bar. They almost anticipated what was about to happen. So Petar Milenkovic of Serbia, well, he'll live to fight another day.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 229 kilos. Third attempt from Ukraine, Anton Kryokov.
Barra pronta com 229 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Kryokov, da Ucrânia.
Anton Kryokov of the Ukraine.
Islamic Republic of Iran.
And he claims not to shave for about a month before competition. That's part of his routine. Listens to high tempo music before competing. Well, he's fired up and ready to go. Successful with 220, missed 227. Third attempt now, 229. If successful, this would put him up into a medal position. Big lift. Well, it's not to be. Centre referee asks for that bar to be re-racked. What a shame. He had a go at the weight that was required, just not strong enough on the day.
Loaders, 229 kilo stage, please. Rack height, 15.
Brasileiros, por favor, para a barra 229 quilos. Suporte.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 229 kilos. Third attempt. Islamic Republic.
So Anton Kryokov of the Ukraine will finish down in 5th position.
Barra pronta com 229 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Razi, da República Islâmica do Irã.
If successful, this puts him in 3rd position with 3 lifts remaining.
So we've got pressure right now on that bronze medal, currently held by the Mexican José de Jesus Castillo. He's sat in the warm-up room watching anxiously, but right now trying to claim that bronze medal is Saman Razi of Iran. So missed 226 kilos on his second attempt. Now gone up to 229. The only reason he's gone up is to stay with the medals. This to go into bronze position. Well, so close to get. He's asking, why did you take it off me? I still had it moving, and I agree with him. The bar never stopped. Maybe the centre referee had seen another infringement. It was uneven maybe at the start. Anyway, that bar was still moving. The centre referee asked for it to be re-racked. Well, I do think he would have got to arm's length on his own.
234 kilos down. Rack height 17.
I think he's saying it was still moving. But regardless, I think it would have probably been failed by the tilt at the start. So we can confirm that the medals have been decided in terms of which lifters will be receiving those medals anyway. Who will get what? Well, the next 3 lifts will determine that.
Thank you. The bar is loaded now. Third attempt, People's Republic of China. Qi Dong.
Barra pronta com 234 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Qi Dong da China.
So, China's Qi Dong, he clearly feels that he is right on his limit with that previous attempt of 233 kilos. He's opted for only 1 kilo. Well, this enough to put that little bit of extra pressure on the Mexican who is about to follow. Qi Dong trying very hard to secure that silver medal. In fact, what am I on about? Looking at the board, this would go into the lead. This is the weight that's required, just 1 kilo up from Mohammed El Deeb of Egypt. Well, taking absolutely the right weight. Third and final attempt to move from silver into gold medal position. Well, I'm not sure. The referees think the bar was straight. He shakes his head, no. I am questioning whether his coaches made the right call on the previous attempt. He almost took a lift to nothing with 233. I think the weight should have been 234 on the second attempt. But it's done now, and he finishes on 233. Currently in silver medal position.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 234 kilos. Third attempt. Jose de Jesus Castillo, Mexico.
Barra pronta com 234 quilos para a terceira tentativa.
So the same weight remains on the bar. This time the lifter, Jose de Jesus Castillo of Mexico. This to try and bid for the lead. If successful, will be a new Paralympic record. Well, this really would put pressure on the Egyptian, who is the only lifter left to follow. And there is the man that is waiting in the wind. He will be the last lifter out in this third and final round of the men's 97 kilo powerlifting division. We've got 1 minute on the clock.
1 minute.
All at stake now in these last 2 lifts. Can Jose de Jesus Castillo of Mexico go from bronze up into gold medal position with this lift. No, it's not going to go. Again, the spotters have to step in. So, Jose de Jesus Castillo finishes in the bronze medal position. He's going away with something for his efforts. That confirms Qi Dong of China is the silver medalist. Neither could threaten the lead of Mohamed Eldib, who will be crowned a Paralympic champion in the men's 97 kilo category. A thumbs up, he knows it was close.
Viva Mexico!
Representing Mexico.
The bar is loaded, thank you. 237 kilos, third attempt. From Egypt, Mohamed Eldib.
Barra pronta com 237 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Eldib.
So here is your Paralympic champion, yes, quite rightly so. You can put one finger in the air. He is the best. Can, on his third attempt, can he break his own Paralympic record once again? The weight is 237 kilos. He missed it on his second attempt. Can he succeed this time? Well, that looks super comfortable. And this time there is no doubt. New Paralympic record.
A new Paralympic record, 237 kilos.
The man in picture, Mohamed Eldib of Egypt. He is the champion.